I wanted to mention here, one of the most common emails that I get, and sometimes complaints about a vehicle, are the Hyundais and Kias. And I don't know if you all out there in car land really understand what's going on in the industry with the Hyundais and the Kias. Let me just put it like this. If you've bought a Hyundai or a Kia in the last, let's say, 11 years or so, or 11, probably maybe even 12 years or so, it probably needed an engine at one point in its life, and so it's like this. There was so many problems with the engines that they used in those cars and little SUVs that it resulted in this massive recall, which is so elusive and evasive. All these engines had defective piston rings in them, and supposedly, Kia and Hyundai are replacing the engines if they have bad rod bearings. Now think about that. Okay, the problem with the engine is bad piston rings, but they won't replace the engine unless you have bad rod bearings. So what happens is if you drive the engine until it slings a rod out of the oil pan, they'll replace your engine. If you go in because you can't keep oil in the engine, they won't replace it. Isn't this bizarre? Is it just craziness? And so if you have a 2011 to say a 2019 or 20 Hyundai or Kia that's going through oil left and right, to get your engine replaced, your best bet, I guess, is to probably not put any more oil in it and just let the engine come apart. Then I guess they have to replace it. But if you're having to add 5 quarts of oil every 500 mile, they sometimes don't want to replace the engine, and but it's crazy town when it comes to those. So number one, unless it's just had a new engine in it, you do not want to consider one of those vehicles as a used car. If it has had a new engine put in it, then the secondary owners are supposedly under the engine's supposed to follow the warranty, even if it is a secondary owner. But those all have to be, all this has to be taken into consideration before you buy one of these cars. So. And who knows what the future of Hyundai and Kia is going to be after this $1 billion engine replacement settlement situation. I don't know. And these are things a person needs to think about before they buy any car. Is the car company actually going to be around to supply parts as it ages? So those are things to always take into consideration.